Hello everyone. Before I begin with today's class, I have a question for you. As you sit in front of the screens, as you go to bed every night, as you enjoy your lunch and dinner on a day-to-day basis, do you have to worry about your security? Do you have to worry about terrorist attacks? If you do not, and if you're comfortable in the knowledge that you're safe and secure, you must thank people such as late Colonel Manpreet Singh. You should thank people such as late Major Ashish Tonchak. You should thank people such as Deputy Superintendent of Police Himayu Muzammil Bhatt. Why? Because these are the martyrs who have secured us from all sorts of terrorist attacks by laying down their lives in the service of the nation. I salute to them. I bow down my head to all the martyrs who work day and night, who struggle day and night from north to south, to east to west, to make our country secure. From the entire team of StudyIQ, I would like to pay tribute and condolences to the families who have recently lost their children. Somebody must have lost their father, their son, their brother, sister, husband. Do we ever think and do we ever thank them enough? Today, we are going to discuss the situation in Pir Panjal, how the security threats are very real. How do the forests of Pir Panjal provide a secure ground for militants to thrive? From the perspective of your GS mains paper third, from the perspective of your general day-to-day life, it is important for you to understand the security challenges south of the Pir Panjal. Let's move ahead and talk about it. Please do not worry about making notes because I provide the notes through the form of the current PDF that I'm using on my Telegram channel. That is by the name of Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. If you have any queries regarding this examination, you can talk to me on my Instagram. As every countryman's blood should boil right now, mine is boiling too. Why? Because continuously we are losing very important and brave lives on a day-to-day basis almost. Because one country does not want to check its strategic assets, the terrorists. Because one country cannot accept the fact that India is growing by every means, every minute. And hence, this particular episode or this particular class will be very close. It will be hitting close to home of each and every one of you. Now, in the Anantnag district of South Kashmir, when the militants were taking refuge in the forest, and three very brave soldiers of India by the name of Colonel Manpreet Singh, by the name of Major Ashish Tonchak and Deputy Superintendent of Police Himayu Muzammil Bhatt, they went to the forest. The forest were the Gadul forest in the Kokarnag of Anantnag district, Kokarnag, Anantnag district. And they got some inputs from their aides. That is why a joint operation was launched in the Gadul forest. While they enter the forest, the militants who were well placed in the dense forest of the Pir Panjal, they were able to attack them. And the attack was so incessant and so continuous, our soldiers could not come into terms with the fact that they are being attacked. They did not have enough time to secure themselves. And hence, we lose three important, very important lives. We have lost so many important lives to the militancy in Kashmir. Moving on. The security challenges to the south of the Pir Panjal range to different districts. Because of the closeness of the border, districts such as Poonch, Rajouri, Anantnag, Srinagar and Jammu, they have seen increased militancy. However, in the recent years, we were able to check on this, but the Pir Panjal forest continued to be a thriving home for the terrorists and the militants. Also, the area, Kokarnag, this is one of the most affected areas by militancy. See, there are two types of militants. One are foreigners, another one are local recruits. foreigners are able to assimilate themselves very easily because of the close ethnic ties and the similarities in language and looks. So it becomes really hard for the security to pinpoint them, that these look different, these may come from the other regions of the border, and these are the people of India. So local recruitment of terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir has been coming down. In 2020, it was 191. In 2021, it was 141. In 2022, it was 121 and 7 so far this year. And of the total terrorists killed in the Union Territory since 2020, 549 were locals, while 86 were of foreign origin. Now, if we talk about from January 2021 to May 30th this year, for 24 security personnel and 75 civilians have been killed on either side of the Pir Panjal range. Anantnag is one of the most, you can say, driving ground of militancy. Why? Because first of all, it is located between the Pir Panjal and the Srinagar with access towards Doda as well. So terrorists and militants who want to cross over to this region get a really easy support from Riyasi, from Kulgam, and then they are able to infiltrate Anantnag. Sometimes do you also know that they forcefully live in the homes of the locals? The locals do not have any other option. A terrorist infiltrates or a group of terrorists infiltrates, locals have reported this. They use their cell phones. They use their cell phones for nefarious reasons, and then they delete all the stuff and then they move on. This is how terrorists operate in these regions. And connectivity to the other areas across the Pir Panjal range, which is an interconnected region of different forests, also helps them. And the Riyasi and Kulgam specifically, through this area, infiltrators are easily coming into Anantnag. And this is why infiltrating terrorists could reach here and spread themselves across the valley. See, specifically if we talk about the Jammu, Samba and Kathua valley, this region is accessible through various lines of control areas. And Jammu is also very close to the border. That is why it is easier for the infiltrators to go through this area. See, because as I told you, because of ethnic similarities and linguistic similarities, because they speak the same language, almost the people who are living close to the borders, of course, they are speaking the same language. Although we have been divided by borders, ethnicity remains the same, right? Nationality is different, but ethnicity remains the same. And because of these ties, what happens? That it becomes hard for the security forces to differentiate between the actual natives and the foreigners. And because of that, they are able to assimilate more easily among the other peoples. Other people also do not get suspicious of them. So this is how easy it is for the infiltrators to work across. Now let's talk about the Pir Panjal. The Pir Panjal range is something like the mountains of Afghanistan, as they have been defined by the security personnel only. And because of that, it is very difficult to access them. When it is difficult to access them, it becomes difficult to put infrastructure there. And when infrastructure is not there, it becomes easy for the militants to have a thriving ground and festering ground for other infiltrators as well. So this is one of the reasons why south of the Pir Panjal is a security challenge. Then terrain of the area provides terrorists a great hiding place because densely forested it is. Even in the current case, the terrorists were able to place themselves at a strategically better position than the soldiers, than the colonel, the major and the DSP. And because of that, they were able to hide themselves away while not being attacked in return. Also, the authorities have found that the terrorists infiltrate the area, either head to their hideouts or head to their sympathizer. Because the interconnectedness of different forests is so dense, some places may be hideouts, some places may be actual homes of locals, and some places are sympathizers. It also has been suggested, it also has been found out that the people who are living in the interconnected regions of this particular Pir Panjal range, they are also using SIMs that are actually operational from Pakistan. And that is why it is very easy for infiltrators to go there. These are the sympathizers. These are those people who do not want Kashmir to be assimilated into India. Although it is our part, I'm talking about assimilation of narratives, assimilation of thought process, assimilation of identity as an Indian. Supposedly, I am a citizen of India, but I do not identify as Indian. I may identify as some other person, maybe a British national. My thought process will not be assimilated into India then. So, this is how assimilation takes place, not only of the region, but also of the people. So, I hope you understood this topic well. Also, we have to understand that it is hard to lose a person on a daily basis, any person on a daily basis, to such issues such as militancy. Just think about their families, such bright futures, such strong futures, all are just now lying in glory. Thank you so much for watching.